News now on 102.1 WALT Meridian.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Ruttman with a Twin States Information Update. A former Newton County Emergency Services dispatcher has pled guilty to embezzling public funds. Shannon Taylor was arrested and indicted in September and was found guilty of altering her timesheets after they were approved by her supervisor. She was served with a $16,263.72 demand letter at the time of her arrest. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department has announced the dates for its upcoming sobriety checkpoints. Starting Friday, the checkpoints will run through Monday, January 1st. The Philadelphia Police Department will also participate in Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. The City of Meridian Lines Maintenance Department will be making repairs at 36th Street between 32nd and 35th Avenues. The section will be closed today. That's your update. I'm Lisa Ruttman.
Stay up to date with everything in your community online now at WALTmeridian.com.
There's holiday wonder and magic all through the house. Come to Trees of Christmas at Mary Hope. See over 50 all-new dazzling Christmas trees and exhibits from November 19th through December 31st in Meridian's most enchanting historic mansion. Tour Monday through Saturday from 10 to 4 or Sundays from 1 to 4. Visit maryhope.com for details on Mississippi's top holiday attraction, the Trees of Christmas at Mary Hope.
The local voice of Meridian is here. Now back to more of Mornings in Meridian on News Talk 102.1 WALT.
And good morning, everybody. Good Wednesday morning. This the 13th day of December. So glad you're out there tuned into Mornings in Meridian, the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Roger B. back at the console today.
Who are you?
Yeah, I know. Say hi to. There he is. Rob Atkinson.
Hello, sir.
Man, it's good to see you.
Howdy.
I miss you guys when I'm out on the road. You know that.
Sure you do.
Yeah, I miss that.
Right. He would make a good politician one day, I think.
He would.
Would you vote for him? Would I vote? I don't live in the district,
so coroner. Might for coroner.
And if I promise you, if I'm elected president of the United States, I will have Nikki Haley as my vice president. No, also Charles Frazier is in there.
Right, don't vote for me either. So, yeah.
Good to see you guys. And of course, it is not the third Thursday of the month.
Or third Tuesday.
Third Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or the third Thursday. He was right. I mean, come on.
He's right, yeah.
Not the fifth Thursday either, or the seventh. But all right.
It's not any of those things. But we have here in the house for not too much longer, the Chief Law Enforcement Officer for Lauderdale County, Sheriff William Saleh.
49 and a half.
49 and a half days.
No. Your intro song, Taking Care of Business.
Oh, 49.
Taking Care of Business 49 and a half years. But yes, if you need to know, Roger, it's 18 days, 16 hours, 49 minutes, and 27 seconds.
Wow.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
TikTok.
Man, yes, of course. So and just enjoyed, folks, what I believe is to be the last biscuit from Sheriff Saleh that we received here in the studio. So that was good. I kind of savored as it went down.
Good.
And he didn't come from the east. He came from the west, but he is a wise man, and he brought gifts. He brought the pecan pies and the pickled tomatoes and all kinds of treats there. So thank you, sir, for this bestowing of gifts there.
Well, thank you, sir. Bought 3 cases of mini pie shells the other day, and that's what I've been doing this week, is baking pies at night.
At night, when you're chasing bad guys during the day, and then making pies at night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, just those, our sheriff never sleeps.
Been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. I got my first text about 4 o'clock involving the chase we had last night.
Okay, do tell. I had a chase last night. So were you involved in this chase?
I was not. However, one of the deputies saw an opportunity to gig me this morning.
To gig you?
Yep.
They like doing that.
They do. They really do. And, I still got an opportunity. I unloaded my vehicle last night, took everything out of it except my AR and my spikes, just in case.
All right, you'll have to explain now what's going on, because the spikes are kind of the center of the discussion here, I believe.
It is, and last night Clark County got involved in a chase, and it headed north and came into Lauderdale County, and they notified us, and one of our deputies went out there and successfully deployed his spikes, got all 4 tires, causing the vehicle to become inoperable, and the subject was taken into custody at the city limits by one of the city units. And the deputy was extremely proud of himself. He posted on our little gossip app on our phones that got his first spike last night. Mm-hmm. I think that was referring to the sheriff. You ain't got one yet.
Oh, wow.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, shots fired there.
Yeah.
Can't say that to the sheriff.
No. I've been unsuccessful twice now. I've been out on locations and deployed my spikes. Unfortunately, it was a 4-lane opportunity for the bad guy to cut through the median over into oncoming traffic and avoid my spike. So I'm 0 for 2.
Well, if there's anybody out there that wants to enter into a chase with the sheriff,
give the man an opportunity. Yes. Come on.
He's got 18 days.
Step up. Really.
To get his spikes in.
And there are many in the community that would do that. So
Sure.
I don't think there'll be a lack of opportunity. I think the way things are.
And unfortunately, we say 18 days, but as we all know, I'm having a little medical procedure next week, and I'm going to have to stay off work for a few days. So it's really down to about three working days, and that'll be the week after Christmas.
He just has to take those medical days before he leaves.
Right.
Can't have it the first of the year. He's got to take those medical days.
Got to do it now.
Sir, I've been in charge of a $10 million budget annually.
Yes, sir.
Spend it wisely.
Yes, sir.
I met my deductible a long time ago.
Okay.
Do it, yeah.
Do I want to wait till January and not have met my deductible?
I told you he was a wise man.
Right,
He's a wise man. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we do pray that you have a good, safe procedure next week.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to it?
I am.
This almost sounds like a press conference.
It is.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sheriff, can you tell us about your procedure next week? Well, I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I told the doctor the other day, I said, my whole life I have lived to eat, except for the last 5 years, and I've been having difficulties with diverticulitis.
I see.
It limits what you can eat and shouldn't eat.
Oh, I see.
Shouldn't eat.
Shouldn't, yeah.
Sometimes I'm weak and give in to temptation.
Of course, understand that. Every one of us, I think, can relate to that. But that's I've heard of diverticulitis, but I've never, thank God, never experienced that kind of thing. So it's evidently just
it's extreme.
Irritation of the bowels. Is that what that is?
That's great. It develops little pockets and food particles many people think seeds get in there, develop bacteria and cause severe irritation of the bowels. I'm looking forward to about 3 weeks being able to eat what I want to eat, hopefully. But I got to get past next week.
Studies have shown that it's the excessive inhaling of gun smoke. Firing guns on the ranges and things like. I'm just kidding.
But I have come to realize, Roger, there are so many people out here that need my leadership, that need my guidance, need my knowledge.
You're just now realizing there are so many people that need your leadership and guidance and knowledge?
Well, and I also need those same people to be my protector.
Okay, you need to explain where you're going here, Sheriff.
Well, come January the 1st, I'm going to be unemployed, and we'll be at home. Again, we've had this discussion about the silverware this past summer.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dishwasher.
Yeah, the dishwasher. The dishwasher.
That was a
Yeah.
big one. Yeah.
Roger, do you have a dishwasher?
Yeah, but
Don't
she was.
say. You went there. Her name is Debbie. We call the dishwasher. Yeah,
she was asleep when I left the house, but yeah, I got one.
Okay.
And also, she's the coffee maker. I'm a little upset because I didn't have coffee this morning.
How's the doghouse? Is it heated?
It's a dishwasher coffee maker combination.
Okay.
I wonder what it's going to be like going home.
Yeah.
You guys got a spare room?
No, not at all.
For some reason, this key doesn't work anymore.
What's the wrong house?
What's my stuff doing on the outside of the house? I don't get it.
But she and I had a discussion.
So you're thinking about all the things you're going to do to try to make your home better when you retire and have time to spend on that.
You know, I think being
The
at home,
silverware drawer.
being at home full time, I will be able to lead, guide, and direct my beautiful wife of 40 years on how to do things more efficiently.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah. Hey, Sheriff, let me know how that works out for you there.
I mean, come on, guys. If you got a dishwasher, and ours has 3 racks. The bottom rack contains the
fancy
dishes. The bottom rack contains the pots and dishes.
Right.
The middle rack has your cups and glasses.
Y'all see the rack on my dishwasher.
And the,
Oh, slow down there. What's the family show here?
I'm sorry.
All right.
and the top rack contains the silverware. And about a week or so ago, I stuffed it and turned it on that night. And when I got up the next morning, and I went in there, and the wife was unloading it. You know, we do things to help each other. But she was unloading from the top down, Charles. You don't do that.
She was unloading from the top down.
Right.
Well, why not?
Let's just say a cup turned over and partially filled up with water. And
But you pull the rack out, so there's nothing underneath it anyway.
But if it's enough water to splatter, it could splatter and contaminate those pots and dishes in the bottom rack.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to put it out there right now that after the first of the year, the sheriff will be unemployed, and he needs a job.
Right?
I mean, he needs a job really, really, really bad.
Wow. Yeah.
That will keep him away. He doesn't want to work from home. No way does he need to work from home.
I almost was, Roger. I almost was. Because during this conversation, I said, let me explain to you what my father told me a long time ago. When washing a car, you start at the top and come down.
Yes.
You haven't washed a car in over 40 years, so you don't know these things. See, that's what you would have said.
Oh, there you go. So, so you got a little disturbed because your dear bride was unloading the dishwasher
Improperly.
from the top down.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me just
I didn't get upset. I just expressed my leadership.
wait a minute. You spoke.
I did.
You observed this, and then
did.
you spoke.
I did.
Oh.
All right. Everything
He's a
I
brave
said.
man.
Everything I said about him being a wise man. Take it back. Take it. Not at home.
Backpedal on that quickly. Debbie, he's not wise.
To what was the reply of Mrs. Solly to your
Typically-
observation?
This is what scares me. She looked at me and smiled.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
Man, that's rough.
That's a person who's in control.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a person who's totally in control.
I know. I mean, for 28 years, I've told this community, yes, I am the sheriff, but she's the boss.
So just advice from from friends. back off.
Right.
Yeah.
Back off, Sheriff.
Oh, man.
Just put the cup down and back away.
Just don't even go near the dishwasher would be my advice.
Put the saucer down and back away.
Hear that dishwasher go and stay in the other room.
Put your hands on the counter.
Over the last 40 years, Charles, there's been many opportunities for me to go into the laundry room and grab every towel in the laundry room and throw them on the bed and refold them the way they should be folded.
Oh, the way they should. Wow. Okay.
I think what you should
Folding the
do is
laundry. That's another
probably
one.
go to your room and get your computer out and start writing your book about how to retire from law enforcement after 40, how many years?
49 and a half.
After 50 years of service.
No, I think it'd be a good reality show. The Sollies.
Perfect. Perfect.
I mean, our life together started off real well. I met her over a shooting. She was a
They can be so romantic. You know.
she was a
It's like
patrol.
a Hallmark movie, isn't it? Really, you know.
It's a new plot.
We need that. Hallmark needs that.
She was a patrol
Christmas
officer.
shooting?
The Christmas shooting.
Yeah. She was a patrol officer.
Yes.
And I was a detective, and we had a shooting. Can you believe Meridian had a shooting back
Wow.
Shocker.
in 1980,
Yeah.
82?
Yeah.
And
been a rough
her and
time
her
for a while.
partner made the arrest, recovered the gun, had to turn it over to investigation, which was me, and that's where we met. Was over a shooting.
So when you first saw her, then you met her. What was your first response? Your first reaction?
It was great to have a female law enforcement officer in our ranks. She had a 4-year degree from criminal justice from Southern Miss. So I thought, hey, this is
Southern Miss. Oh,
the University of Southern Miss.
She had you at Southern Miss, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
So, I was just blown away. And, of course, I invited her to come over to the house after shift, and we ate pretzels and drank Sprite. But I remember when I opened the door and her hair wasn't in a bun and she was in blue jeans, it was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Baby's got her blue jeans on. Yeah. Heaven help us.
And, of course, the last time we worked together as law enforcement officers, again, I was an investigator, she was a patrol officer, and there was 3 youth breaking into the corn laundromat there at the corner of 26th Avenue and
3 Utes.
Utes. For Utes. Yeah.
breaking into a laundromat there. And I drove by, I was in an unmarked car, and saw them on top of the machines, beating on the machine. So I called for support, which ended up being her. And she and I communicated, you go in this door and I'll go in this door. And we went in and captured the 3 young people breaking into the vending machines, charged them with commercial burglary of the machines. The problem one of them had is she had already turned in her 2 weeks' notice. She left the Meridian Police Department and went to be a serious offender probation counselor at the youth court. One of those young persons ended up being watched by her.
How about that?
Ooh-wee. Yeah, that makes the dishwasher episode look like
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
look like play, child's play there.
It does.
Man, all right. Well, see, but you all have had this great relationship, and how long have you been married now? I guess
40 years.
40 years. Well, congratulations on that, and
Hope to make it 41.
Well, good luck with that.
then I suggest you get a job. That's just that. In case you wonder some of the levity we're having here this morning, it will be the last show that we have with Sheriff Billy Solly, because he'll be retiring at the end of the month, and of course return to civilian life, at least for the time being, until we can all talk him into running for police chief or something like that. But anyway, that's a whole different story. That's another day. We'll talk about that later. But no, so that's why we're having some fun here, and we've got a couple of things on tap.
Yeah, we do.
I was concerned about this.
Well, nothing. But you'll want to be listening through this hour, because before we leave this hour, we're going to play a little tribute that Rob has so tediously and diligently put together. So
And it's not what you were expecting, so get that out of your mind.
We'll see.
No, yeah, we'll see. It's going to surprise you.
And if the sheriff doesn't walk out after the first hour, then we'll play it the second hour. No, we'll play it even if he walks out.
And again, the department is having a reception for me tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 4.
Oh, wow.
My wife has told me you cannot talk. You stand up and say thank you and sit down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you said,
She is the boss.
yes, ma'am.
Last week at the sheriff's conference, they recognized the 17 sheriffs across the state of Mississippi.
Saw the video on that there.
that was retiring. And each one of us had the opportunity to say a few words to the audience. And one sheriff caused everybody to cry.
Let's see. That would have been, I bet that was that Billy Solly from Lauderdale County.
So the wife has told me, you stand up, say thank you, and sit down.
You know what?
You sit down.
I don't think you're going to have any problem at home. As long as you just keep doing exactly what you're told, you're going
Don't
to be
stand
just
up and
fine.
talk about the dishwasher.
Right.
Say about towels. I'd like to address that.
Let's take a phone call here at Mornings in Meridian. We got a comment or question for the sheriff?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I would like to say, Sheriff Solly, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, that's
And that's
good.
all I got to say. Thank you.
My wife talked to you, hadn't she?
Speak up and sit down.
I
That's
tell
right.
you what, I agree with these guys that you need to get a job to get 90 days.
All right.
Well, she's already told me. She said, I'm going to treat you like your mama did. There's a garden hose outside. Don't you come home to dark.
Well, you better get a job on, boy. That's all I got to say.
I like that. There's a garden hose. Don't come home till dark. Good
Hey,
call.
Gardo's hurts now.
Say again?
Hey, but seriously, thank you.
Well, thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for all you've done.
Thank you for the community to allow me to be the sheriff for the past 28 years. We've truly had some great days. We've had some very horrible days also, but we've had some great days, and tomorrow's going to be tough.
Everybody in Meridian had our attitude towards things, we wouldn't have no problems here in Meridian, Mississippi.
Hey, there you go.
Absolutely.
True words right there. Good stuff.
That's it.
Thank you for the phone
Do
call.
right. All right, thank y'all.
Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. Now, Sheriff, you're going to be retiring in 18 days, but we hope to still be in business. So that's why we've got to talk about our sponsors here. And so
if any of these businesses are looking for employment or employer,
maybe you'd like to sell
Somebody-
Toyotas at Doc's Toyota.
You could. I mean, yeah, you can talk about how fast they are. Of course, Doc's Toyota has all kinds of 2024 brand new Toyotas, Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, Highlanders, Corollas, you name it. If Toyota makes it, they've got them, and they've got plenty of them. They also have a huge,
large,
very large selection of pre-owned inventory, all been through the rigorous multi-point Toyota inspection process. So you know it's a good quality car. They're right up the road in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Of course, the best way to shop is online. DocsToyota.com lists all their inventory right there, so you can kind of pick and choose. You can also rent a vehicle from them. So if you're not sure if you want a Tacoma or a Highlander or a 4Runner, go rent one for a couple days. Make sure you love it. And when you do, you got to see them at Doc's, because there is no deal like a Doc's deal.
That's exactly right. It's 601-485-9191. A couple minutes for a phone call. Good morning, caller. Welcome. You're on with, Roger, Rob, Charles, and the sheriff.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody's doing well.
Yes, sir. Good to hear from you, Mr. Moore.
Well, thank you very much. I wanted to share with Sheriff Solly. Thank you for your service. I hope your retirement is fantastic.
Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. A little word of advice. I have a lot of pests on my property, sir, and I don't have anything to do in March.
Oh, you don't?
No,
okay.
sir.
Well, perhaps I have an eradicator license. Perhaps we could do something about that. I look forward to it.
That's
Do
one
you
of
have any creepy crawlers on that property?
I'm sure we probably do, but that's one of those. That's one of those things that I've never done in my life, and that is eliminate some of those pests.
Okay. Well, we can do that because you'll have plenty of time, and I can make time for you.
Is that turkey hunting? Turkey season?
Shh.
Okay.
Don't talk.
Okay. Gotcha.
Roger, don't talk.
Roger, you're going to learn them turkey hunters, they're kind of peculiar people.
Well, I've known a couple of them.
Yes, we are. I agreed with was it Benjamin Franklin that wanted to make the eastern wild turkey the national bird?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, nobody listened to him. I mean, the one we got now is great, but Anyway, I'll help you with the pest eradication. Be happy to. You can eradicate, and I can observe.
There you go.
There you go, sir.
All right. Thank you again. I appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank,
County.
Thank you so very much, sir.
thank you for the phone call. And, of course, this is our, we say it's the last show with him as a sheriff, but, I almost see a role in the future, Rob, of like a law enforcement
Well, we're always looking
consultant.
for. Well, you're gone. We're always looking for fill-ins.
I don't want a full-time gig.
I know that'd be overtime. I think. Yeah.
Mornings in Meridian. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Some Stevie Nicks with the sheriff in the house here.
Stevie who? I'm sorry.
Oh!
Ooh, Charles, I was planning on coming to your place tomorrow.
He's still got 18 days, boy.
I know, yeah.
He's still got 18 days, boy.
Well, and I'm looking at the sobriety checkpoints, too, coming up. And, you know, it's very, there's an
Welcome
odd
back,
one.
folks.
Yeah,
Glad you're out
hello.
there.
Yeah.
There is an odd one. On the 21st, Thursday night, 9 o'clock,
9 o'clock.
Chapel Hill, or Chapel Road and Pond Hills Road.
Okay.
And now that's the only way that I can go home because of the bridge out on Lysalia. The restaurant closes at 9, so I leave about that time.
Okay.
I think it's a bit of a setup.
You're going to be in a checkpoint.
I mean, I pretty much have to go through there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I'm not a drinker, so I don't think there'll be an issue of sobriety. But
Well, I didn't know how that worked. When you
can't go
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it's, you know.
I thought it was a DUI checkpoint,
Yeah.
and I thought they were looking for drunk drivers. But if it's a sobriety checkpoint, what do they do? If you're sober, they give you something to
I think
drink?
so.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the deal?
That's it. Yeah.
Have you been drinking? No, I haven't. Well, it's the holidays. Here, have a pint.
What's your hurricane? Oh,
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Hey, Bill, set him up.
We do things a little different here in Lauderdale County.
That's what they do in Louisiana. That's a different state. Yeah. Right. You got the mobile daiquiri shop right there. What flavor would you like there?
Exactly.
I mean, you're sober.
a
that
daiquiri,
about?
a daiquiri machine while you're getting your license at the motor vehicle.
Right, exactly.
And again, Charles, this has been established by court of why we have to announce the DUI checkpoints. And it's the guidelines are in place to prevent police state tactics just singling out drivers because of their race, appearance, political views, such as bumper stickers.
Oh, okay. I don't have any of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been against bumper stickers, but
Are we anti-bumper stickers?
kind of on our vehicles.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Somebody said on Facebook, Charles, make sure your driver's license is current.
Check all that stuff.
Check all that stuff
Insurance,
before
I'm
that
ready
day.
to go.
And again, I have every time we have done this, and social media has exploded with, this is absurd. Why are they doing this? I can't believe they're doing this.
The social media warriors.
Folks, what's been going on since 1966?
Oh,
It's called Miranda warnings.
Oh, I thought it was
I
a
mean,
Fleetwood Mac
who in
reference.
the world would force law enforcement to say, I know you did it, but if you tell me you did it, I got to tell you, don't tell me unless you have a lawyer. Because if you tell me and I haven't told you, shut up. I can't use it in court.
What if they disclose that before you can give the Miranda warning?
Well, you're supposed to try to interrupt them in their
Don't
sentence.
tell me that. Let me tell you what to do.
It's called spontaneous utterance.
Oh,
let's see.
I have some of that.
I used to watch
It's called
Drag.
Tourette's. I don't know.
I used to watch Dragnet. Did they have the Miranda warnings back then in the '60s?
It started in 1966.
Okay, so you have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you give that right, attorney will be appointed for you. Something like that. Is that right?
You seem to know it well.
Got his card.
Roger's been told that a few times.
Well,
you
after
know.
Dragnet, I would watch Adam 12.
Okay. So you learned it from television, not from experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just
Yeah,
wanna
no,
clarify.
not from
Not from
experience.
being pulled over again. Mm-hmm. I was wearing my seatbelt.
The only thing I learned from experience is says, this hood is hot. Can I lift my head off the hood? The hood of this car is hot. That's the only thing I've learned from experience.
Yeah, that happened.
Anyway, speaking of Dragnet, you shared a little
I
audio earlier
I
with
did.
us, and it was just kind of interesting about this is audio from the show Dragnet
Yeah.
back in the late '60s, and it's about marijuana.
Correct.
Anything else you want to say about that, Sheriff? Because you brought this audio to us this morning.
I couldn't believe that in the 1960s that Hollywood was able to predict the future the way they've done.
Here's the prediction of the future by Hollywood, particularly Jack Webb from the Dragnet, and a little thing here. We'll play it for you.
Have you been smoking marijuana?
Marijuana's illegal, I know that.
That's right.
For now. In a couple of years, things may change when all the kids grow up and start wearing ties and going to the polls. Marijuana's going to be like liquor, packaged and taxed and sold right off the shelf.
I doubt it, Mr. Shipley.
Look, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it seems to me there must be better things for cops to do than chase down wild rumors about something as innocent as marijuana. Why don't you go after the big bad guys, the heroin peddlers? I won't argue with you about them. They should be stopped.
That's right. We'd like to put them out of business. That's why we're here.
What do you mean?
We're trying to keep them from getting a new customer.
There's a big difference between marijuana and hard narcotics.
Yeah, but it's only a small step.
And everybody who takes a drink is going to be an alcoholic. We know that's not true, don't we? Let's face it, we're on opposite sides of the fence and there's nothing we can do about it. For you, if there's a law against it, it's wrong, black and white. I just don't see things that way, that's all.
Well, you ought to give it a try, fella. It might keep you out of jail.
Maybe. But we'll change the law someday, even though your friend here thinks we won't. Believe me, it's a new world. Your laws are as outdated as bustles. Laws are going to have to be changed to keep pace with the new morality. They'll change or we'll have to break them.
What about your daughter? How's she gonna feel if you end up in jail?
She won't like it any more than I will, but you'll have to catch me before you can arrest me, won't you? In the meantime, it's a big game of hide and seek, and to me, it is a waste of time.
How old are you, Shipley?
23.
Isn't it about time you grew up?
Here we go.
Okay, there you go. Dragnet from the late 60s. I like the line about, well, when the users grow up, put on suits and ties, and go to the polls.
Go to the polls, yeah.
Boy, he was just describing people like Nancy Pelosi.
That's right.
and what's the guy from well, Joe Biden, actually, for that matter. Anyway, interesting stuff there. 601-485-9191. We're going to get to the call in just a moment, but first, let's tell you where to get some good breakfast this morning.
Well, if you're not eating the sheriff's biscuits, you would go down to the Magnolia restaurant inside the Queen City truck stop, exit 150. Of course, they get the long haul breakfast. That will keep you going all day long. It's enough for 2 or maybe even 3. And, of course, today is Wednesday, and the lunch special on Wednesday is always good. They got chicken and dumplings. Can't go wrong with that. Of course, they've always got the fried chicken, fried or grilled pork chops, chicken tenders, hamburger steak with onions and gravy, and the veggie plates. And Rob's personal favorite, the Biggie Burger.
Biggie Burger.
How big is that thing, Rob?
It is huge.
Humongous. Indeed. Go see him at the Magnolia Restaurant inside the Queen City truck stop. Get something to go. 601-482-0259. It's quicker. It's faster than fast food. Well, it's a lot better, I'll tell you that much. Service is friendly. The coffee's hot. You always meet some great folks down there at the Magnolia Restaurant inside the Queen City truck stop.
All right, let's go there. Exit 150,
We'll do it.
folks.
I'm leaving.
Put your signal on. Put the brakes on slowly, and
Seatbelt.
Seatbelt, yes, seatbelt.
Well, I assume you're already wearing that.
Don't drink and drive.
Well, some people do.
About that, let's take a phone call. Good morning, caller. Welcome. You're on the air with all of us here.
Hey, I come in peace. I love everybody.
And there's nothing you can do about it. I love it. All right. Here's Mississippi James checking in here.
Good morning to everyone and the chief.
Good morning, sir.
I mean the sheriff.
I used to be
that
chief.
was my question. Yeah, that's what I asked you. I was going to ask you. How many years were you a Meridian police officer?
20 years and 4 days.
So why didn't you not become chief of Meridian?
I was for the last 18 months.
For the last 18 months?
Yes, over that 20 years.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like he needs to go back and finish his tenure, doesn't he?
Hey.
He'll have some time in January.
Yeah. Keep him out of the
How about
kitchen.
it? You want another job?
It depends on how serious the threat is from my wife.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
All right, then. Yeah, I just want to say good morning to you. And from what I can observe, my time been coming back. You've been a positive guy for the community.
Thank
you
you,
did
sir.
a well job. And hope it be a smooth transition over to solid,
Well, I appreciate it, sir.
I mean, Calhoun.
Yes, sir.
Calhoun.
It's great being the guy that stands up before the community and says, yep, we messed up, but also stand up in front of the community and say, hey, we got a great team, and that's what it's all about. It's that team.
Hey, as long as we can do more of the positive than the negative, we're ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
That's the way I look at it. All right, you guys have a good morning, though.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you being out there.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. Put you right here on the show with us. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning to American patriots.
Highs.
Here he is, folks. Hazmat.
The myth, the lore, the legend.
Hey, has it been missing you up in Collinsville? Where you been, sir?
Well, I get up there some. though pig is a good place to pig out at. But I found a good one too. If you're ever in Philadelphia, Mississippi, go to Tootie's.
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared to leave full.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. It's good old home cooking, lots of it. People are friendly and treat you like family. But, Sheriff Solly, I appreciate your years of dedication and duty to this county and all forms of law enforcement. You went from a rookie patrolman to chief of police to the highest ranking law enforcement official in the county. And I personally appreciate that service.
Well,
but now, in retirement, you can go back to being a rookie and report to the War Department every morning for duty.
Well,
the War Department.
I thought I was going to say the warden. But
War Done Department.
Well,
I know all about the War Department. I'm not here right now. But
Ward and I are still having discussions about my future with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. I truly want to come back to be in charge of his warrants unit, to go out every day and kick in doors and get him complaints every day.
Oh, mercy.
Well, I'll tell you what now, that needs to happen. And this, giving the criminals mercy and kindness, and all, what about the victims, man? Who speaks for them? And if you're going to have law and order, you have to be ready to enforce the law and order, because without the power of enforcement, the law has no force.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I think that'd be a good thing.
As just as the clip Roger played a while ago indicates, our society has turned and looked the other way completely about taking care of the victims and making our society safe.
Oh, yeah, and now it's all about the rights of the criminal and, give them 89 dozen chances. And they've gone from back in the days of parchment, when it was really parchment and it was punishment and duly deserved, to rehabilitation. Let's save everybody. Everybody has merit and value. No, they don't. And now I think the pendulum is swinging back towards get them out of society. You know, people that are law-abiding, people that work for a living, people that want to achieve something in life other than being a parasite, they have rights too, and their rights trump the rights of a criminal.
I like the word trump. That was good.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to voting for him if I'm still here and he's still here. But no, I do appreciate your service and your leadership in the Sheriff's Department has kept that place top notch. You never get any reports from the grand jury about what the Sheriff's Department needs to do.
Trust me, sir. We had a meeting, deputies meeting of all the deputies last month, and I told the group of guys there what you just said, that we've never had a report like that from the court or from the judge or from the grand jury. But if they ever got one of those after I left, I will be their worst nightmare.
That's exactly correct, and that's the type of dynamic leadership that's required. And I'm sure the new sheriff, Ward Calhoun, he will follow and do a great job. He's been your protege for years and years.
He's protected the public a lot from me.
I think he is the very best candidate we could have elected for sheriff.
There you go.
I hope you enjoy your retirement, get to hunt deer, catch bass, maybe shoot a few doves occasionally.
There you go, sir.
But if you don't keep the War Department happy, I can assure you, you will not be happy either. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
Okay.
Roger that.
All right.
There you go.
Hazmat checking in. The War Department.
The War Department.
That's what it is in the kitchen there.
Yeah.
You can then load the dishwasher any way you want, honey. Mornings in Meridian. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Edge of 17. Stevie Nicks.
So that was not Taylor Swift.
That was not.
Okay.
You get out of here.
I'm just needling the sheriff.
That was not Stevie.
I'm getting pulled over upon Hills and Chapel Road. Let me tell you
money,
what.
That's money in our Tay-Tay swear jar. Okay, there you go.
Swear jar. Mornings in Meridian. Whenever you hear that sound that makes a preacher cuss, and I'm talking about when that rock hits the windshield and it makes that star in the windshield or starts the crack, I don't even have to think about it. I just know I'm either going right by A&A Glass or I'm calling Adam and Adam saying, get one ready, I'm coming in.
That's right. And it's an easy number to remember. 601-693-GLASS. Of course, conveniently located downtown at 217 22nd Avenue or Seal Award Parkway, just 2 doors down from the Meridian Children's Museum. Yeah, you get that little peck, that little crack, and before you know it, it's a big crack, especially with the weather going hot, cold, hot, cold. You know, that thing's going to expand quickly. So you need to get over there and have Adam and Adam replace it. They're open 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. You know, they're the #1 glass replacement company here in town, have been 10 years running. I think they must be doing something right. Of course, they'll work with your insurance company, beat any price in town, and they are fast. That is A&A Glass, 217 22nd Avenue, 601-693-GLASS.
All right, it's Mornings in Meridian. We want you to be part of the show, 601-485-9191, calling in. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, y'all, it's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Sheriff, I just wanted to call in and let everybody know that the Sheriff and I have had a friendly debate over the years about whether Stevie Nicks was singing to me or to him. And on most days, I will argue that she was singing to me.
Yeah.
But seeing as how this is the last visit as the Sheriff of Lauderdale County to WALT, I will bow to him and let him and agree with him that she was singing to him.
See,
He was probably a baby. He was probably a baby when he started in law enforcement, so it fits.
I was only 2 years. I was only 2 years above 17s. But Paul, you must have known. You must have known that I was talking about you a while ago.
My ears were burning, but I didn't know why.
I bragged on the fact that you played a special album for me Monday night.
I did. It's a great album. It's a lot better than people think.
It's a short album, but it is a fantastic album.
Well, it's Fleetwood Mac before Fleetwood Mac. How about that?
There you go. Buckingham
Nicks.
Wow.
Buckingham Nicks.
Cool stuff.
As a matter of fact, the reason that album failed is why they ended up with Mick Fleetwood. So I guess if that album had done better, it might have been a different story, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can go to YouTube, and I've listened to that album many mornings while I'm waiting for the boss to wake up after I've woke up at 5 o'clock because I couldn't sleep thinking about the sheriff's department.
Yeah, well, I had a comment from somebody the other day that said the album cover probably sold a couple copies too. So that's worth checking out.
She regretted that album cover, by the way.
I could see that, but still, it's an attractive album cover. I'm gonna give them that.
I don't think she made her dad happy.
No, I'm certainly not. But you know, at the end of the day, there are more than one album cover out there that I think people regret after the years.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, there's several that I can think of. Fortunately, it seems that Spotify has taken the effort to shall we say edit or Photoshop some of those, make them a little bit more palatable.
Well,
But, you know, Roger will be furiously trying to look that up later after the show.
I got it right here, Roger.
He's already got it right there, yeah.
Ooh,
oh, okay.
Nice. Charles,
now you understand what we're talking about.
I can at least say that Charles beat me to it.
I was trying to get there.
Well, you know, personally, if you think about it, you know, Rumors is a really cool album cover too. So
Yeah.
I've been working on a show for the future, looking at album titles that are unique, like REO Speedwagons. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. But I should also look at album covers because there are some out there that are pretty iconic that would gender some really good music.
I think you need to come up with a show about drum solos.
I actually did that back many moons ago, but we'll have to pull that back out and revisit it, I'm sure.
You had to have ended the show with In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida.
I played In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida on a different show, but yeah, I know your point. That's a great solo in the middle of that. But I think at the time we featured stuff like Moby Dick, and I played In the Air Tonight and some of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, any of those, I'm actually finding that my opinions are still good, but they're different 5 years into this than they were before. So I've revisited some topics more than once. So maybe time to pull one of those out again.
Yeah, I actually
It's also time for the sheriff to commit to come in and do a Deserted Island show with me.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I actually played the drums. I mean, it was in the
there you
fourth.
go.
It was in the fourth grade on that little piece of wooden block, but it was I was playing the drums.
Are you telling me this close to Christmas that you were a little drummer boy?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, ain't that a vision I hadn't had before. All right, guys, I'm going to let y'all get back to the sheriff. I appreciate all you've done for the county and the city and everybody else that you've taken care of for all these years. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
And I appreciate your friendship and your musicology, too.
Thank you, sir. You take care and have a blessed day.
Now, Paul, you might be getting ready to go to a meeting, but we've got a tribute we're going to play for the sheriff, so you want to be listening for that.
I'm on. My ears are on.
All right. Have a good one, bud.
All right, guys.
All right. Mornings in Meridian. Rob, you want to set this? We'll just go into Fox News later. Well, let's play this.
Who needs? Here's your Fox News for today. It's going to be Biden,
Hunter Biden,
Israel, maybe Ukraine, and okay, there's your news. I'll move on.
Pretty much.
Move right along here.
That was it.
Ukraine,
impeachment. Yeah.
You sure it's not breaking news?
Yeah. But set this up a little bit because we've talked about it, but you're the artist behind the painting, so tell us a little bit about it. Rob.
This is just want to give credit here to several folks here. We got audio obviously here from our radio station WALT that's mixed in this little montage here. Also our friends down at WTOK and. Got a little music behind it, but this is just
let me go get a towel.
Some career highlights here and some stuff to kind of salute the sheriff this morning. So,
all right, here we go.
I think every law enforcement officer enters this profession with that one thought in mind of being at the right spot at the right time to make a difference in someone's life.
I took my love, took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down.
And over 49 years, I've had many of those opportunities to be the guy that happened to be there to help somebody change a flat tire or help find a person that's been lost. Those moments will always be cherished by me as being the lucky guy to be at the right spot at the right time to help somebody.
Good morning, and here he is, folks. He is 10-8 at the radio station. Say hi to Sheriff Soppy.
T-3 and counting.
T-3.
Yes, sir.
T-3.
October, November, and December.
3 months.
3 more.
I was wondering what increments he was counting there.
I kind of knew it was the biscuits.
You go on a diet.
The thing that I will miss most is the thing that that's probably sending me home, and that's the personnel issue. The men and women that I've made friends with over the last 49 years, I will cherish forever. But also today's environment of trying to find those persons to be law enforcement officers or correctional officers is getting extremely difficult. So that's the problem that we have in law enforcement today, of finding persons who are dedicated to this profession. We in law enforcement, we don't like writing tickets, we don't like making arrests, but that's the duty and the responsibility that society has given us. So we take that with a tremendous amount of integrity. While we have officers routinely nationwide that mess up, you will find that 99.9% of the men and women in this profession are in it for the right reason.
I'm really wanting to know if I can carry my vest home with me, my bulletproof vest, because I'm really concerned about my wife and the anger I'm going to cause upon myself from her.
Diane is such a sweet lady. Don't talk about her like that.
Well, Jimmy, I mean, we've been married 40 years, and we moved into the house that we're living in now back in 2007. And as a good husband, I let her organize the house. And since 2007, the silverware has been on the far side of the kitchen underneath the glasses.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this
Move the silverware.
This is former Sheriff Solly. I need some help.
I need an ambulance first.
Yeah.
But we had this big discussion of where the silverware should be. And Charles, you being in the restaurant business, you know everything needs to be close by.
I got 2 words for you. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
As I've told folks, my father was a sergeant with the police department, and 40-something years ago, someone told me, if you're half the cop your dad is, you'll be a pretty good cop. It's kind of ironic that they're putting that signage up today on that building, and today marks the 26th anniversary of my father passing away. So it's kind of like the good Lord saying, my father's up in heaven saying, I'm proud of you, son.
All right, tribute to
Show's over.
Show's
Just beginning.
Well, we are going to join Fox News in progress, but we'll play this again at the next hour. But
I think so.
We'll join Fox News and we'll be back.
Fox News.
For the first
Yeah, we're back. That's right. It's Mornings in Meridian, the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Roger B, all along with my main man. Say hi to Rob A.
Hey, hello, hello, hello.
And to his left, say hi to Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
Good to have you here, sir. And glad to be here along with, here he is, not the third Tuesday of the month, but because the sheriff is going to undergo some medical procedures next week, he's here today instead, and we're glad he reached out to us because he brought great gifts to us this morning. But we're always glad to have the sheriff on. Of course, this is the, quote, the last show with Sheriff Solly before his retirement at the end of the month. So, Sheriff, welcome back, and while we can still call you Sheriff.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it.
And then before we call you Chief Solly.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, anyway.
You've done that once before.
I know it.
Well, we do it again?
And again, Rob, just want to say a shout out there. Good tribute there going to the top of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually started putting that together yesterday, and just went through a lot of older stories, Lockheed Martin, and just looking back at the sheriff's career, and a lot of that stuff right there really just kind of stood out to me to put into that little montage right there. And of course, the silverware story had to go in there somehow, some way.
Now you can add the dishwasher.
So you can add the dishwasher now.
Yes,
So I can go back and edit that a little bit and throw that in there now.
There you go.
So.
One of my favorite stories about the sheriff is when I text him when I was getting a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. I said, well, it happened. One of his earnest deputies was observing me without a seatbelt on, and had me pulled over there near the Village Fair Mall area. And I just, I knew I knew the sheriff would get a kick out of that. So it was not a plea for help or, hey, help me with this. It was just letting him know, yep, I'm busted. I paid the tax. That's the way it went.
That's right.
But that was fun.
Have you changed your ways?
I have.
Okay.
I make sure that if
the
I
official
see,
story.
if
I
see
do every time.
It only took one time.
I make sure now every time I see a sheriff unit rolling
better-
close by, I
where's
put my
the-
seatbelt on. That's right.
There they are again.
I have
Everywhere.
changed my ways. I
I'll tell
guarantee.
you, I'm not getting caught again.
That's exactly right.
All right. Okay.
Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191 is our talk line. Let's take a phone call, and then we'll talk about one of our sponsors. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Hey, this is John Anthony.
Hey, John.
What are you doing, sir?
Oh, just listening to Ratings Gold here this morning.
You taught me
Nice change.
You taught me everything I know, sir, in the radio
Man,
business.
You guys, y'all should have put Sally on December 1st, and you would have mopped the floor with the ratings for the month of December.
What an honor to
better guess.
Yeah, well, what an honor to have you calling in, sir.
When I saw where that he was going to be on, and I said, well, I'll give it a try. I'll see. I knew the phones would probably light up and for quite a period of time, but Billy Solly, you've been a part of my life for over 30 years. I guess I did the math on that a little while ago, and you've been through some of the best moments of my life and sad ones too. And I feel that that's been the same relationship that we've shared for a long time. But from a person in the media, you're one of those guys that everybody remembers because you're accessible.
Thank you, John. We've always had the philosophy, and I've tried to lend this philosophy to my employees. As far as the media goes and the public, it's a whole lot better to report it than it is to respond. Because if you're responding,
Absolutely.
everybody's going to assume you're trying to cover something up.
Well, one of those things, I just remember years ago, I had known some people, and you and I know some similar people in law enforcement, and we always would compare notes. Like Ed Prescott, who was the sheriff of Lowndes County, where
That's right.
I am originally from, that you guys knew each other. But, I never knew Mr. Prescott's, Sheriff Prescott's cell phone number. But I knew that I could call you at any time, and I hopefully you realized that I would never call try to call you at a bad time or with something that would that you might not be prepared to talk about. But I remember tragic events, the shootings at Lockheed.
Yes, sir.
I was in Charleston, South Carolina, and working for a company there. And one of the guys said, "Man, I wish we could get somebody on the phone. I wish we knew somebody that could get us on the phone because we were watching it on CNN." And I said, I'm from there. I said, I know that guy. The sheriff, when they were interviewing you, and I said, I can call him. And they were like, no way, you know that guy? And I said, yeah. And I said, I'll try to call him. I know he's real busy. He's right in the middle of this, but and you took my call. And it was just, it was one of those moments where I would have perfectly understood if you did not. But I was very grateful that you did, and you just have this knack of you know how to deal with the media.
John, I remember between being police chief and being sheriff, there was a little incident that happened out in California, and it was being broadcast live. And you called me at home and asked for me to give the law enforcement perspective on all those law enforcement vehicles chasing that white Bronco.
Yeah.
And you and I watched it live on television, and we talked about it.
Well, I know there are people that want to call in and give their thanks and regards, and I just wanted to do that. And Roger and Robbie, you guys, great show.
Well, that's
quite had a better guest.
That's quite a compliment coming from you, sir. Of course, how are things, John Anthony, over in that other market where you work?
Well,
he's retired. He's retired now.
I retired in January.
Wow.
Little did I know that I was going to have back surgery in November. So I'm doing physical therapy and all that. But
well, good on you.
But the wife and I are going to Italy in May. So
nice.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
I
24 is looking up.
Let me know while you're traveling over there if you find a bad meal. I've been over there 3 times and I have not found a bad meal yet.
No, or wine.
Yeah.
Their house wines are better than what we have here.
There you go. So, well, good on you. Thank you so much for checking in, and it's actually an honor for us to hear from you, and I know the sheriff appreciates it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. God bless y'all. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, and Billy, I hope to see you and Diane soon.
You too. Take care of yourself, sir.
All right, sir.
Thanks, John.
All right, John Anthony, formerly known in our market here as Dr. John.
Dr. John.
And
checking in. The old Ken man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, folks, this is turning into quite the show because we're doing a lot of remembrances here this morning.
Yeah.
But again, this is Sheriff Solly's final visit with us at the radio station, as he has done so regularly for more years than I've worked here. And that's over 15 years now.
And Roger, you remember I was on air one day when we had a tragedy.
I
had to leave early.
I do remember that. And unfortunately, it was the day that I asked you the question, how are things in Lauderdale County, Sheriff?
Yep.
Oh, just fine. Ring.
Yeah, there you go. And then it started.
So I never asked that anymore.
I appreciate it.
I never, hey, how are things in Lauderdale County, Sheriff? No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't mess it up.
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we had a quadruple homicide out in the Tombstone area. Mm-hmm. And I was on the show with you guys, and I get a text from Ward saying, call me ASAP. And I stepped out in the hallway and called, and he announced that we had a quadruple homicide. And I came in and said, sorry, guys, I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we insisted, no, it's just a
Come
quadruple
on,
homicide.
Radio's more important.
No. But anyhow, it's Mornings in Meridian. If you have any questions for the sheriff, you can give us a call, 601-485-9191. But let's say a big thank you to our sponsors, like the good folks down there at Barber Son Plumbing.
If you've got questions about plumbing, there's only one place to go, and that is Barber and Sons Plumbing. They know everything there is to know about indoor plumbing. Gail Gartman and Gary Barber know it all, and all you got to do is go see them. You can take a picture of the plumbing part that's in issue, or just bring it down there, and they will replace it immediately. They've got all kinds of plumbing parts available in stock. 1123 26th Avenue. Give them a call, 601-482-7023. The number one day to call plumbers is the day after Thanksgiving. Number 2 day, any guesses?
Christmas?
the day after Christmas. That's exactly right. You know, all that food going down. There's disposals.
Was the second day of Christmas, and my true love said to me,
call Gary Barber.
The toilet's broken.
Right. Call him quick.
Yeah.
601-482-7023. Barber and Sons Plumbing.
All right. While we're talking about sponsors, let me just say that our good friends down the road across the new bridge that's named Newell.
The Wayman Newell Bridge.
The Wayman Newell Bridge is our good friends there at Southern Business Supply. And I want you guys to know, where do you go to get a nice, comfortable recliner for your office? Well,
You get a recliner in your office?
I
Well,
have
how does
a-
that work? In your office?
Well,
It's a living room type thing, isn't it?
No, in your office.
Where he works, right.
And, of course, it swivels, it rocks, and it reclines, and it's just a great piece of furniture. And I got that at Southern, or I should say it was purchased for me by folks that appreciate good furniture in the pastor's office. They bought it, and there it is. So it's from Southern Business Supply.
Well, and what's even better about that, of course, they've got a full range of office furniture and apparently living room furniture too. But they've also got office supplies. So if you need any paper, pens, pencils, staplers.
Paper.
Yep. Then all you got to do is go online, southernbusinesssupply.com, point and click, and then it's there the next day. Can't beat that. You don't have to,
good.
you know. And I always try to figure out, when am I going to go down and get those supplies? No, I don't need to go anywhere. All I got to do is go to southernbusinesssupply.com, order it, and then they bring it to me. Can't beat that. Of course, you can give them a call as well, 601-485-2447, or go see them right up the road on Dale Drive, 5685 Dale Drive, open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Yes, Southern Business Supply. Mornings in Meridian, we're glad you're out there. Let's take a phone call at our number here, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Great morning on Wednesday morning here in Queen City.
Yeah.
Is Sheriff still there?
Yes, sir.
He is.
Sheriff, okay, I asked this question on yesterday, and I'm going to kind of do it another different way with you this morning, since you are the top law enforcement in this county.
For 18 more days.
So, yeah, right. So Sheriff, so you got your duties, and you got your job description, and your officers have their job description. Okay. All right. Now, just say the governor come to you and tell you that you can't arrest a person that just killed, and you know that that's part of your job description. Would you not arrest that person, or would you arrest that person?
Sir, if someone has violated a law of the state of Mississippi or Lauderdale County or the city of Meridian, we will do everything possible to effect an arrest.
Right, but the governor couldn't tell you don't arrest that person, Sheriff.
He could tell me.
Right.
He can say whatever he wants to, yeah.
Right. And that's what I'm kind of getting at the border. Now, I asked that question about Border Patrol and their job description, so I went and did my research. According to my research, they have a sworn duty, according to Code 8 in the Border Code or whatever it is, that if anybody come across that border, illegal smugglers or traffickers or whatever, Border Patrol is supposed to restrain them. They ain't supposed to be taking them to no clinics and hospitals and all this other stuff. So we got a problem here. And it's not with just President Biden and his administration. They supposed to be enforcing the law down there. Now, something's going on that I'm not understanding. Can you help me out?
Well, you and I both have a lot of lack of knowledge of what's happening at our border. When you got 10,000 people a day coming across who are undocumented, it could be terrorist cell members coming into our country. It's really a scary moment for our country.
Yes, it really is. So if those Border Patrol agents, if they was to say no, I don't care what came from Washington D.C., we got to do our duty. We have to do our duty. So who would be able to arrest those Border Patrol officers if they refuse to do what Washington say against the code?
I'm not sure they would be arrested, but I do believe that their bosses who are answered directly to the president could definitely make life miserable for them. By assigning them to different shifts and other job duties that were unpleasant. I don't know that they could arrest him.
Well, I guess the
Right.
question is the hierarchy. Now, who do they work for? And you don't work for the governor.
Correct.
You work for the county.
I work
and
for
so the governor has no kind of say in what you do. Is that right?
That's correct.
So, but if the Border Patrol agents are federal agents, then their boss is essentially Joe Biden. I mean, when you go back up
Sure.
the hierarchy. So it's sort of a different, I guess, chain of command. If you see what I'm saying. So Biden can tell them what to do as opposed to the governor can't tell the sheriff what to do.
Correct.
Right, and so Joe Biden, he's going against. He needs to be impeached because he's going against the codes that's already passed in this country, whether it be constitutional or whatever.
I think you make a good argument.
Yeah, we got some serious problems here, man. And it's just going to get worse for the life of me. If he can do that, if he can do that on that larger scale, he can do other things on a smaller scale. So we really got a problem here. So I'm just staying vigilant. And I got one more last thing. The governor, Tate Reeves. Okay, we're not a sanctuary state or anything like that. Can the president or whoever order us to take in illegal immigrants in our state or our county?
I don't think so. But again, those individuals are violating federal law, not state law.
Right. Okay.
There you go. Good questions there, man on the street.
All right. Well, hey, Sharon, we appreciate you over the years. The first time I met you, you was the chief of police, and I left and came back, and you was the sheriff. So, been good, sir, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate
Now,
that.
just a clarification. When you met him as the chief, what side of the were you in the back seat of the car or the front seat of the car?
No. I did ride in a sheriff car one time, but that was a little bit before the sheriff became
I got you.
sheriff.
You know I had to mess with you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all have a good.
All right. Charles, I've been feverishly looking on my phone, and I finally found it.
Okay.
I want you to understand here is the difference. You made a comment a while ago about Taylor Swift, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
By the way, she's 34 today.
It is her birthday.
I'm not a fan. I just want to put that out
Well,
there.
let me
but
just
okay.
$3 in the
you
swear
know,
jar.
I've got it on my phone.
Okay.
I saved this.
We have proof on the phone.
We have proof.
All right.
I found this. It says it's got a picture of Taylor and it's got a picture of Stevie, and it says Taylor Swift writes whiny songs about all her exes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stevie Nicks made her ex play guitar while she sung songs about what he was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it says, and there you have it, the defining difference between baby boomers and millennials.
Whew,
Bingo.
Powerful. Smack.
And I say something about my girl now.
Oh, yeah.
Commercial break.
It's,
That's called a dunk.
You just play the guitar, and I'm going to talk about you in this song.
you know, you're
Be
not,
careful.
Yeah,
Be
no.
careful.
No, I'm going back
Tread
to what our
lightly.
previous caller said. I don't know how would it been for you if you were a sheriff in a county along the Texas border. What steps do you think you would be taking as within your powers as sheriff with all the illegals coming over?
Sir, about 3 years ago, I was given the opportunity to go to southwest Texas, one county away from the Mexican border, to go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And the last community we drove through before we went out into the wilderness, they had a border patrol station there. It might have been a little rude, might have been a little crude, but I made a comment to those that were in the vehicle with me. Is this where you stop and get your permits?
Is this where you stop and get your permits? I know what you were thinking then. Okay, that's Sheriff Solly's take on things. Okay, mornings in Meridian. We'll take a quick call here. We have time. Good morning. You have a question for the sheriff. Hello. Okay, we got somebody who's dialed in, but the radio is, I guess, messing with them a little bit. All right, it's Mornings in Meridian. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. It's Sheriff Solly. He's in the house. Why? Because he always likes to come and visit with us. And, well, again, we'll replay the tribute there at the end of this hour as we say goodbye to the sheriff on this show as an official visitor as the sheriff. But, you know, I think we'll invite him back, won't we?
Sure.
For, like, other things.
Just because you want pies and
biscuits. That's it. Now we talk.
Well, I guess my true motives have been revealed. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. It's Mornings in Meridian. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Mornings in Meridian. Roger B., Rob A.,
Morning.
Charles F.,
Good morning.
and Billy S. All right. Good to have everybody here today.
Glad to be here, sir.
Is your mic working there?
I don't know. It is
Oh.
now.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think so.
Yeah, there you go. You're live and kicking. We're so glad you're out there, folks. We want you to be part of our show, and we are visiting with Sheriff Solly today on his last visit on our show as the sheriff, and we'll talk with him more. But first, let's talk about our sponsor. We're so glad to have people like Doug Martin Jr. and of course his father, Doug Martin Sr.
Doug and Doug. They got a third one, you think?
Well, it's Stacy.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, they need to have a third Doug.
Yeah, that's
Doug 3.
Yeah,
She's the real boss.
She's the real. That's
Oh,
right.
how that goes. Well, they've been doing roofing right for over 30 years, and so you know they are great roofers. And of course, you see their signs all over town. I used to think they were running for coroner.
Yeah.
I'm Stella! Right. But of course, all of their roofing work, they include shingles, metal, rubber, and commercial roofing, and they're committed to excellence in the work that they perform for all of the customers. They'll give you a free estimate and inspect your roof for damage. All you got to do is call them, 601-485-5920. They'll be glad to help with all your roofing needs. Of course, they're a member of the Better Business Bureau. Take pride in standing behind their work from start through cleanup, and I mean cleanup. It's like they were never there, except for you have a brand new roof. That's Martin Roofing, 601-485-5920.
Good peoples. It's Mornings in Meridian. You want to continue listening because before the end of the show, we will replay a tribute to the sheriff that was produced by our Rob Atkinson, and a job well done, and we'll be playing that here this hour, this half hour. All right, in the meantime, we've got a phone caller. Let's go there to the phone, 601-485-9191. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheriff. How are you and guys?
Morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Sheriff and guys.
And guys, we're the and guys.
We're good.
And guys.
Yes, actually, I know I can. I'm sort of a voice who was supposed to do this. Got cold feet at the last minute, and I said, "Well, I'll do it." But when I get to the chorus now, we were going to serenade you, but some people just chickened out. All right, but anyway. I've come to the forefront as usual, but you'll have to sort of indulge me here because my voice is not, I have a cold and all kinds of things. Anyway, the name of this, the title of this song is I Did It My Way.
Oh.
All right? Okay. And now the end is near. And so I face that final curtain, my friend. I'll make it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. For what is the man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not. Not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of someone who kneels. Let the record show I took the blows and did it my way. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Ruth, you just tell all those chickens, that didn't sing with you that
exactly.
they really missed out.
That's right.
Thank you so very
All right.
much.
Anyway, when you have your vacation and come back, Sheriff, we're going to have all of the people in Meridian who want to learn to read.
Yeah.
I know there are adults who want to learn, but they're
Yeah.
embarrassed that they didn't get a chance. But we're going to start from 1-year-olds all the way to how old it is because Mrs. Pauline Hollenberg, remember, was in her 50s when she learned.
Right.
So when you come back, it's mission. It's called Mission 22095, no excuses.
All right.
So when you come back, off your vacation and everything,
Oh,
you'll get involved in this.
You're getting him a job. That's it.
Yeah,
right.
He's already got him a job.
Voluntold.
Hey, Ruth.
Yeah.
Ruth,
Yeah.
I think Frank Sinatra would be proud. Thanks for sharing that today.
No, okay, bye.
Bye. Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. Didn't see that one coming.
Hey,
No,
nice.
I
That
did
was
it my
nice.
way by
Yeah.
Ruth
Very,
Jones.
very special.
Yeah.
Let's take a phone call here. It's Mornings in Meridian. Do you have a song you'd like to sing?
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Oh, come on. Let's hear it.
Sat while listening, I sat and I was wondering. I said, well, what songs would the sheriff like? But I won't. I could have said, so long, been good to know you now. But the
one I think the one that Ward would probably call in, it says, "How can I miss you if you won't go away?"
Right.
Hey, that was a pretty good segue because I have a question. But first, I'd be remiss if I didn't preface by saying to Sheriff Solly, congratulations first and foremost
Thank
on
you, sir.
a stellar career, and hope for you the best in your retirement. And it's just I was just thinking I've been on my job for over a quarter of a century now, and trying to decide where to park it, as they say, and haven't decided as of yet to park it and where to park it, but. Just thank you for your service, Sheriff, and hope for the best. But I have to ask, because I know this question looms in the minds of others who have watched you and Ward's relationship over the years. He is your chief deputy, and you as the boss. And if you don't want to answer this question, you don't have to. But I have to ask it because, as I aforementioned, I've been, over a quarter of a century on my job, and that 25 years plus, myself and my bosses, we have, and I use this word, vehemently disagreed over some things of the running of the business. And I'm just wondering if over the years, if you and Ward have vehemently disagreed over some things, and how did that go over? Old saying, go teeth and tongue falls out sometime. But over the years, have you and Ward just disagreed? You came. I've heard him say several times that there were some things that he saw differently, and but of course, you being the boss, it went the way that it should go, the way the boss would say. And I just want to know,
Thinking back over the 27 years that Ward's been associated with the Sheriff's Department while I was there, or 28 years because he was a reserve deputy before I even got there. But I don't know of anything that we, almost came to blows over. I can tell you that boss-employee relationship did fester one day between Ward and his brother. Ward was the chief deputy, and his brother was a major of patrol, and I actually had to step between them.
Oh, man.
Because they definitely had a different opinion. I don't even remember what the topic was. I'm not sure if it was older brother, younger brother, or chief deputy and major situation, but that was and then we've all laughed about that day since then. But as far as Ward and I go, we've never had one of those situations where we didn't talk for a week, or I said, I'm the sheriff, it's going to be this way. We have fostered a relationship that almost it's like a brother situation.
Well, that was brothers that were fighting.
It's a brother's situation. A brother's act, right?
Ward and I have always been, and it's my fault, we have always been very competitive. When we go to the range, he always tries to outshoot me, and 99.9% of the time he does because he's so much younger than I am. We used to go at lunchtime running. And again, the last quarter mile was always a race. And you know, I think being the boss, if I challenge an employee and they beat me, but I have maintained my level of whatever fitness or academia or whatever other title you want to use, if I've kept my level high and the employees challenge me and they beat me, I have made them a better employee. And that's a relationship Ward and I have always had. Probably the closest I came to getting mad at him, truly mad at him, was over a bank robbery.
Oh, a bank robbery.
A bank robbery. Many years ago, we had a bank robbery in Collinsville, and my vehicle was in the shop getting worked on, and Ward ran out and jumped in his car and took off and didn't pick me up. And I had to call him and say, come back to the office and get me. Well, he picked me up, and that put me in the passenger seat. And that has been the only time that I have ever been in the passenger seat.
He wasn't trying to send a message to the old man.
Well, the rest of the story is we go out 8th Street, and blue lights and siren. Ward's brother spots the suspect vehicle coming down Highway 19 from Collinsville. Well, Ward and I are sitting in front of the Meridian Community College, and I tell Ward to stop and let's spike him, the bad guy. Ward tells a story that he believes I was trying to get him to stop and jump out of the car and go to the trunk to get the spikes so that I could run around the front of the car and get in the driver's seat.
That's it.
Okay. That's Ward's version of what happened.
Well, that might have been.
That's valid.
How close is that version to the truth?
Sir, I'll take the fifth.
Sheriff, I can only say that Warren would say that Ward Calvin was going to be a great sheriff, only because he was under your tutelage for all these years, and you've given birth to him. And I think a lot of the county is in a great position because of that. And I look forward. We're excited about those who supported and voted for Ward. We're excited about he being the sheriff. And once again, thank you and good luck in your retirement. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you in and around. And thank you so much for buying shoes from me all these years.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And again, Ward is working on developing a team around him that's going to be supportive of him and the community. And, being the old guy, I'm sitting back, and over the last 4 weeks, I've seen energy come back into the department because everybody is realizing for the first time in 28 years there is going to be a new boss. Times have changed, and I'm truly excited about what I'm seeing in the department with the personnel and the excitement they have about serving the community.
Great. Well, you be blessed, Sheriff. You take care now.
You too. Take care.
All right, good call. Thank you so much. 601-485-9191. Lots of good accolades and even serenades for the sheriff.
I know,
and,
right?
So let's take another phone
stories.
call here. Good morning, caller. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to thank the sheriff for all of his service, for all the years that he's been there. My husband had the privilege of working for him for a long time, and I just want him to always remember who beat him in the Red Velvet Cake Cook-Off.
Oh, only on appearance. Only on appearance. Taste, mine was much better.
Okay.
The most controversial moment of the show is going to be this right here.
Cake Wars.
That's all right. I won the carrot cake competition. I got a picture to prove that.
Oh, wow. No, we didn't get a picture of this one.
It was only appearance. Mine was plain, but it tasted good.
I love it.
Yeah, that was Sidney Covington pushed me into that. I had never.
Blue ribbon's a blue ribbon, Sheriff. It don't matter.
I understand. I had to yield to the country cooks.
There you go. Well, thank you. We appreciate you, and you have a great retirement.
Thank you so very much.
All right, good call. Appreciate that. 60.
Of course, Roger, the rest of the story about that bank robbery.
Yeah. Did we catch the guy?
Well, we did.
Okay,
He
good.
went out past VFW, out past 65th Avenue, made almost to the interstate, turned and went out and bailed out of his car, went running through the woods. And Ward and I were kind of like the dogs on a deer hunt.
Yeah.
Everybody else was the standards, and me and Ward was chasing him through the woods.
You know, the way he talks, you just know he's going to miss it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Big time.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of Sheriff Solly in his final show with us as the sheriff. If you say you want your freedom, huh? Who are we to keep you down?
That's right.
That's it. Welcome back to Mornings in Meridian. Roger along with Rob. Charles is in the house, and the sheriff as well. We'll go right to a phone call because after this call, we're going to play a little tribute to the sheriff before the show ends. But good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
So I think I need to call in and give the exact story of how that all happened.
Oh, the real version of the events. Okay, yes.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Future,
18 days. 18 days.
Future Sheriff Ward Calhoun checking on here. I think we can just go to the coffee bar now.
Right.
And so he does have a point. I got to stay employed 18 more days. Maybe I need to be careful with this. But let's just say that with time, sometimes the memory changes. And it causes some people to maybe not remember things exactly how they had happened. And
I didn't tell the Curtis Moss part of this story, by the way.
No, there's some things that don't need to be talked about.
That's the after show,
right? Yeah.
That's right. But throughout all the years, we've only had one microphone to a car radio to ever be crushed. And that was somebody did that in my car. It wasn't me.
Your brother wouldn't get out of the way.
That is accurate. He was failing to yield right away to us. That is accurate.
Well, Sheriff-elect Ward Calhoun, can we hear it officially on the air that you will be coming and joining us on our show from time to time after the first of the year?
Absolutely. Love to have an opportunity.
Oh, good deal. Okay, so a tradition can continue.
There we go.
You know, seeing how he's called in, let's just tell another real quick story.
Let's be quick. We need about a minute here.
Okay, had a car chase, went all the way to Livingston and back. Bad girl was headed back towards town. I saw the opportunity. I used my hands-free kit. I called Ward on the cell phone, siren, blue lights running. Hey, Ward, what you doing? Taking my kids to school. Guess what I'm doing?
It was a frustrating evening. I had been out looking for her previously and been unable to locate her.
There you go. Love that competitive spirit between you and the sheriff. Well, listen, we're going to play a tribute to the sheriff, but anything else you want to add? We got about 30 seconds.
Iron sharpens iron. I'll leave it at that.
Hey, there you go.
Right,
well, and once again, congratulations to you, Ward Calhoun.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to your service as well.
Yep, enjoy the show. Thank y'all.
Yep. Thank you. All right. And again, Rob, just a little setup on this this tribute.
Tribute to Sheriff Solly. That's about all you need to know.
All right, here we go. We're going to play it for y'all.
I think every law enforcement officer enters this profession with that one thought in mind of being at the right spot at the right time to make a difference in someone's life.
I took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down.
And over 49 years, I've had many of those opportunities to be the guy that happened to be there to help somebody change a flat tire or help find a person that's been lost. Those moments will always be cherished by me as being the lucky guy to be at the right spot at the right time to help somebody.
Good morning, and here he is, folks. He is 10-8 at the radio station. Say hi to Sheriff Solly.
T-3 and counting.
T-3.
Yes, sir.
T-3.
October, November, and December.
3 months.
Three more.
I was wondering what increments he was counting there.
I kind of knew it was the biscuits.
You go on a diet.
The thing that I will miss most is the thing that that's probably sending me home, and that's the personnel issue. The men and women that I've made friends with over the last 49 years, I will cherish forever. But also today's environment of trying to find those persons to be law enforcement officers or correctional officers is getting extremely difficult. So that's the problem that we have in law enforcement today, of finding persons who are dedicated to this profession. We in law enforcement, we don't like writing tickets, we don't like making arrests, but that's the duty and the responsibility that society has given us. So we take that with a tremendous amount of integrity. While we have officers routinely nationwide that mess up, you will find that 99.9% of the men and women in this profession are in it for the right reason.
I'm really wanting to know if I can carry my vest home with me, my bulletproof vest.
Oh,
Because I'm really concerned about my wife and the anger I'm going to cause upon myself from her.
Diane is such a sweet lady. Don't talk about her like that.
Well, Jimmy, I mean, we've been married 40 years, and we moved into the house that we're living in now back in 2007. And as a good husband, I let her organize the house. And since 2007, the silverware has been on the far side of the kitchen underneath the glasses.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this
Move the silverware.
This is former Sheriff Solly. I need some help.
I need an ambulance first.
Yeah.
But we had this big discussion of where the silverware should be. And Charles, you being in the restaurant business, you know everything needs to be close by.
I got 2 words for you. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
As I've told folks, my father was a sergeant with the police department, and 40-something years ago, someone told me, if you're half the cop your dad is, you'll be a pretty good cop. It's kind of ironic that they're putting that signage up today on that building, and today marks the 26th anniversary of my father passing away. So it's kind of like the good Lord saying, my father's up in heaven saying, I'm proud of you, son.
All right. Good job.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And Sheriff, we're proud of you as well, and appreciate you for all these years.
And Charles, two things that hasn't happened. She hasn't said I was right, and she hadn't moved the Civil War back.
Ah, okay.
This